We're going to see Master Chief's face in the upcoming Halo TV series. We got some more Starfield information, and Avowed could be released as early as Q1 2023. Welcome back to another video, guys. If you enjoy daily content, you like what you see throughout this video, consider hitting that subscribe button. We got some very interesting information about the upcoming Halo TV series set to be released on Paramount Plus on March 24th. And that information is that we are going to see a reveal of Master Chief's face. Now, it says here, you will see his face for the nature of this story. Now, it says here, you will see his face for the nature of this story. It felt really important to connect with the Master Chief in a different way, and that meant showing the face. So there you have it. You expect to see a full reveal of Master Chief. Now, we already know who the actor is, Pablo Schreiber, who we can see here down in the comments. Somebody actually shows what he looks like. So if you're interested in knowing what Master Chief looks like, at least in this TV adaptation, you can already get a glimpse of it, because this is the guy who's the actor, unless, I don't know, they CGI his face to make him look like somebody different. It may not be what it looks like, but I'm assuming that's what it is going to be. Now, when I first saw this, I was pretty negative on it, because I think about Master Chief, I think about where we've seen his face. We've seen his face in like the anime. We also saw a glimpse of his face in the Halo 4 legendary ending where you saw his eyes. And that's pretty much all that I could think of. We've also seen like a younger Master Chief, but never what he is right now today. But other than that Halo 4 legendary ending, which not everybody got access to because not everybody beat the game on the legendary difficulty, we haven't had that big moment within the games itself where you lead up to a moment where you see he's going to take off his helmet, he's going to reveal what he looks like, and everybody's going to be able to experience it where I think it should be experienced, which is within the video game. So I was pretty negative when they first announced this, but then I sat back and thought about it and thought it's not canon. And at the same time, if they do this really well, it may not be that bad. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and not be too disappointed until I watch it. And if they do ruin it, then I will be disappointed. But we go through the comments here, and there's definitely a mixed reaction for what people think about this. This person here says, no, that ruined the show. They haven't showed his face in 18 years, and now it will be ruined in the show. But like I said, of course, they have shown his face in other mediums previously. They say here, so many triggered Halo fans in the comments section. First, they are mad because an AI program wasn't good enough looking for them. And two, now they're mad seeing a character's face. Then we continue down here. This person's showing off the different ways that the face has been shown previously. And we have someone here saying, considering that the show isn't canon in any way, go ahead, because that isn't the Chief we know, but I have no problems with catering to a bigger audience. They just need to make sure that if they do read the books or games, they realize that those actually follow a storyline. This person says here, they say that, but we've gone the whole game series without seeing his face, and the players are connected. And again, that's what he's going to look like. So there's a bunch of different reactions here to this announcement, but I mean, at the end of the day, if they do it well, it makes sense for the movie or for the TV series. It's not canon. Hey, maybe it will be okay. I just hope that they don't screw it up and they don't ruin the character that Master Chief is, because one of the main things with Master Chief, at least for me in the video games, that you don't see his face. That kind of adds to the mysterious and badassness to him that makes him such a great character within the video game. So we're getting closer and closer to the release of Starfield on November 11th, 2022, and we still haven't seen any gameplay, but we have seen some concept art. And now we kind of have an understanding of what they are going for with the aesthetic of this game. Now, this is according to the lead artist, Istvan Pelli. It says here, the style that they are going for with Starfield is something called NASA Punk, saying early on in this project, we were trying to establish the overall aesthetic of this game. We sort of coined the term NASA Punk to describe a sci-fi universe that's a little more grounded and relatable. We wanted a very realistic take. You can draw a line from the current day technology and extrapolate from there into the future, so it's believable and relatable. And there's also this video up here if you want to check it out on Xbox's channel, kind of going through this information, where they came up with the NASA Punk idea and what they're actually going for here. And I think it looks pretty cool. I mean, you think about cyberpunk and the cyberpunk aesthetic. I love the technology. I love the clothing and the different items that the characters are wearing, the overall environment. I think of games. I mean, you look at the Cyberpunk game itself, as well as you look at a game like the Ascent. Those two have really cool aesthetics. You kind of translate that into what they have here with the kind of more just deep space look to it, with the astronaut gear, all that type of stuff. It is really exciting. I think it's going to be very cool. This is a game we still haven't seen gameplay for. There's still so much hype around it. I'm hoping we see gameplay at E3, which I'm sure we will. And then we're going to be able to eventually jump in on November 11th. All right, jumping over here to AVOWED. Now, I believe this was officially first shown off back in the summer of 2020 as Obsidian's next big RPG that they were going to be making. And a lot of people were very excited, but we had no idea when this game was going to come out. So it's been 2 years since they showed it off, and we've seen absolutely nothing else about it in terms of gameplay or anything like that. But it looks like, according to Jez Corden, we could see this game release as early as Q1 2023. Saying here, I expect we'll see footage of that game this year because, like I said, last year it looked pretty damn ready. There were some things that weren't implemented. There were some effects that weren't implemented, some textures that weren't implemented. There was some lighting that clearly wasn't finished or ready to go, but the gameplay looked solid. It looked playable and ready to go. I think we'll probably see the game revealed this year, and then maybe like a launch, maybe Q1, Q2, 2023. So that's interesting because if it's almost ready, there's probably a great chance we're going to be seeing a lot more about this game this year, especially at an event like E3. And if you thought last year's E3 was good, I'm extremely excited already for this year's E3 because I think we'll get a lot more information on upcoming Xbox Game Studios games that have already been announced. Games like AVOWED, games like Starfield, Perfect Dark potentially. So there's a lot of games out there that have been announced, but we haven't seen anything of yet. And I'm hoping this year is going to be where we see more gameplay. Now, it also is cool. You look at Obsidian and they're working on a ton of stuff. I don't even know how they do it, but they're working on AVOWED, The Outer Worlds 2, the Pentiment game, which we know is going to be more of like a text-based RPG similar to Disco Elysium. And they're still working on Grounded, which is going to be continuous work as that game is still in game preview. So they have a lot going on at that studio. And I mean, they have the pedigree to make some amazing RPGs with Fallout New Vegas, Pillars of Eternity, the most recent Outer Worlds. So it's a lot of fun to think about Obsidian and the stuff that they're going to be bringing out to us, because I think they're going to have some of the best games released within Xbox Game Studios. That's it for me, guys. Let me know what you think about seeing Master Chief's face in the upcoming Halo TV series, the NASA punk aesthetic for Starfield and AVOWED. How excited are you to see more about this game? If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, and you're new here, you like what you saw, consider hitting subscribe to help this channel grow. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.